Hello, my name is Michael.G, and today we're going to be doing a in-between video. Um, the other day I did a video about where did my no go, and in that video I'd spoken about vomit. So this video is going to talk about this confrontation. So the video is confronting a narcissist or psychopath with a laundry list of objections is not standing up to them. It is vomit. And let me explain. The relationship that we're dealing with now is, again, the blind enabling with the narcissist or psychopath. This relationship was probably going on for a significant amount of time. And to be in the relationship with the narcissist or psychopath, this person must swallow a lot of no's and say yes, which I discussed in that video. So let's talk about what happens. What happens is the person who is saying yes all the time, the no's are stored in the body. So what happens with the no is that they accumulate, and these no's do a few things. Number one, they actually create blocks in your body, and they also obscure consciousness. These no's also make you heavier. It's like an added weight on your shoulders. Now remember, this guy is trying to leave the body. So for them to leave the body, they're literally putting their sin on you so that they can float upward. They're putting their sin on you because they're giving you bad behavior. They're forcing you to take the bad behavior, bad words, bad actions, and you're taking that in, and you're saying yes. You're actually co-signing their bad behavior. So what happens is the body now accumulates the no's. The body now is fighting with these no's, and it gets blocked up. And there's a great amount of tension here. As this tension builds, there'll come a point where you cannot hold this in anymore. And now, like lightning, you fire out a checklist of this and that. They did this, they did that, like 1,000 different things. This 1,000 different things that you're saying to them will actually leave you kind of like a deflated balloon for a second, and like the head pops up for a second. However, you're not telling the truth at this point. Even though you gave your laundry list, you're not doing it to really confront them. You're doing it because the pain of keeping it in is greater than you can hold. So the whole purpose of you vomiting all this out is that you're sending out your moldy nose. And we're going to get to that a little bit more detail, why there's no power at all in this. There's absolutely no power. You did not confront the narcissist or psychopath when you vomit all your laundry list. All you did is deflate yourself for a little bit of time. However, because the energy is still the same, you're going to start filling up with the nose again, and your head will get pushed back down. You will feel very light-headed, almost a euphoria, as if you were stifled or underwater, and then all of a sudden your head popped out, and you feel really good. But that's not going to last. And it's not going to last because you're not in the truth yet. You are still in the lie of keeping the lies, and you're only telling them this person, not based on truth, but because you just couldn't contain it. And that just doesn't help you. It just doesn't help. So let me give you a little bit better understanding of what's going on. Let's consider this is time. And we'll just make it go this way. So this is now, right now. And this is now, right now. And this is now, right now. Now this now is already the past. This now is already the past. And this now is already the past. Because time moves in a direction. And anything that happens is always going into the past, and you're always in the now. Now here's what happens. As this is time, and you can look at space this way. Okay, so this is time, this is space, this is time. Interesting, it looks like a cross, and I'm going to discuss that on another video. So what happens is something happens, let's say here. Right here, you're dealing with your narcissist or psychopath, all right, and something happens. And in this moment, you say yes when you need to say no. So now this no is in your body. There's the no. Time is progressing. Now we are here in the new now. Okay, the psychopath or narcissist did something there. Because you broke your flow and kept the no inside and gave a yes, you actually kept a lie inside your body. Okay, that lie now, that no, is in the body because you didn't give the truth to the psychopath narcissist. As time progresses, and this is the new now, you are over here, or you are still at this point. The more places of interaction that you have with the narcissist or psychopath, and you do not say no, then what ends up happening is those no's will hold you back from consciousness of the present. You are not in the present. And then by not being in the present, you're focusing on the no's that you're locking up in your body that are building up more and more tension. And you are never going to be in the now. When you do vomit, you have a sense of now. But again, that doesn't last. That doesn't last. What you're actually doing now is becoming heavier, because every time you're holding the lie, it is pushing you downward, like pushing you downward to hell. This is really what's happening. That's why in the relationships with the narcissist and the psychopath, the memories, the thoughts, they stick with you. Long after they're gone, you're still carrying the baggage because you're carrying all the no's. And by not giving the narcissist the no when they need to, and you do the vomit, you're actually not removing the no's. The remnants of those no's are still in your body. And that's why you're going to grow it again, and you're going to get all those no's again, because you're still in the remnant. You're not in the now. That's why the number one thing to start to do is start saying no, because the no will bring you into the now. It is not an accident that the word no is in the word now. And look at the word carefully. No double you. No double you. It's funny, the Bible says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. No double you. Now. So to be in the now, we have to be in the now. We have to confront the psychopath and narcissist in the now. So, let's draw another picture and we'll come back to this. So, the narcissist psychopath, again, is a balloon. They're ballooning. They always want to be in the upward direction because they do not want to feel what's going on in the body down here. They do not want to feel what's happening here. You in the distortion of not saying no, or the blind enabler, you have the smile, you say yes. The narcissist psychopath has to give you something that you're going to absorb, and you have to lie. This has to happen, that maintains the distortion, but we want to break this distortion. So your lie is yes. Yes, it's okay to yell at me. Yes, it's okay for me to keep talking to you. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, a million yeses. But you really have all the no's inside the body. This is what's got to break. By saying no and getting yourself ready to say no on a regular basis, what you'll end up happening is you will stop lying. As you stop lying, what's going to happen is you're going to gain consciousness. Because the consciousness is the ability to perceive, but you can't perceive the now when you are back here, still loaded up and headed downward. Remember, headed downward. This person thinks they're God. And the more that you say yes and you put the no's, you're sinking yourself in hell. Okay? There's a lot of weight in carrying this person's no's. So you got to stop saying yes. Because by saying yes, you're co-signing the lie. The spirit of truth is inside the torso. It's not in the head. Spirit of truth, or spirit of God, is in the torso. You are closer to the torso than this person is. This person is trying to leave the torso. So they're using you to maintain that preeminence, or they think they're their I am. And by thinking that they're the I am, and you're feeding them with lies, they do judgment to you. And the judgment is the punishment. It's not about them. It's about you. They will come because you allow them. This relationship is consensual on your part. You are not conscious or aware of it because of damage that has been done in the younger, in the formative stages. However, it doesn't matter. It is still this distortion that is going to imprison you, and you imprison this person at the same time. One of the reasons why this is like a double evil is because, yes, that they do use you and abuse you, but at the same time you facilitate this by saying yes when you mean no. This is a mutual relationship as well. Unconscious on both. It's unconscious maybe on your part, but it doesn't matter. You're still playing with the razor blade, cutting your hand. Whether you know it's a razor blade or not, you're still going to lose blood, and this person eats your blood. So vomiting is distorting space and time. You lose consciousness. Consciousness of the now because you're distorting space and time. You become, like I said earlier, you become heavy. You become heavy. So you're headed downward in space, and you're not conscious of the now. So that means you will see less and less. It's like bringing your head lower and lower and lower into despair, into wallowing, and by locking this all up, it's just the byproduct is from time to time you will vomit. And because, now here's why the vomit is so useless. I know maybe I took a little longer to get to this, but I really don't make notes when I make the videos. This is just stuff that I breathe. I know this stuff. The reason why this happens is that you're distorting space, and time. So when you bring up all this vomit now, and you're giving it to the psychopath, you lost the now. The power of the now is gone. The power is now. You're taking something from the past and you want to bring it into the future. You want to take what you didn't do properly, let's say at this now or this now or this now, you want to bring it to now. There's no power in that. There's no truth in that, because the truth is not, now that you're telling them the laundry list, this becomes a lie. So when you're telling them the laundry list out of time, you're telling them a lie. The truth is that you should have told them when this happened, or this happened in the now, or this happened in the now, or this happened in the now. Because then you have the power of space and time. Because space and time, light travels through space and time. That's the now. There is no light when you're distorting space and time. Your space gets heavier because you kept the no inside you, and you're out of time. If anything, you are strengthening again you're perpetuating this and this. Both are being perpetuated by you giving your laundry list out of time. I don't know if I'm saying it properly. I'm going to try and say it again in another way. But the idea is there's only now. Because in the now, I'm going to tell you what happens when you're now. Right now, wherever you are, you have light right where you're standing. Or you're listening to this video, there's light now. Right now there's light. However, if you're going to be stuck in this time and then think you're progressing forward, then what's happening is you have no light, because the light is always in the new now. There is no light in the past. If you don't address the problem as it happens, as this person gives you the problem, you must address it, because you have the light in the now. There is no light by addressing it outside of the now. Or there is no light when you accumulate all the confrontational laundry list of items, and then you want to bring it into the new now. You're bringing it without light because it didn't happen now. This video, you might want to watch this a few times, because the now is always now. You're breathing now. You're taking in a breath and you're exhaling a breath now. You're not going to hold the breath for more than a minute, 2 minutes. When you get to 7 minutes, you have to exhale. Well, as we live, when we're confronting with people, we have to kind of breathe in the flow. If something happens, we have to address it as soon as we can, in the now, while the light is here. Because once the day passes, or once the moment passes, now you're trying to address something in darkness. And that's why you have no power. So, practice the no. Practice the no, because as you practice the no, and you draw other figures and draw the no, what you're doing is you're slowly taking the no's out of your body. You will start taking them out. And then what will happen is that when you're in the confrontation with the psychopath or narcissist, and you start saying no, that no will be in light, in truth, in consciousness, in the now. You're distorting space and time, because you're holding in space and time inside your body. And that's what makes the heaviness of being in a relationship with this person. The heaviness keeps you actually unconscious. It's just kind of like, it's like a weight pulling the head down more and more. I hope this is helpful. God bless. I might add more to this, but this is how space and time get distorted when you do not say no in the now. And I thought you'd get a kick out of the part that says now is also no double U. You have to be one U. The U in the now. Anyway, God bless.